email deliverability issues or challenges, you're not getting all your emails to the contacts that you're outreaching to, specific things that I look for and resolve to be able to resume Microsoft deliverability. And I've been practicing this with current clients as well as myself. And I would love to show you how I'm doing this. Good information on this currently. Basically, the best information that I've seen is from people like, or organizations like Instantly, or that guy Eric, who's really good with Clay AI. You guys probably heard him about him on email outreach. Don't do anything that gets your stuff labeled as spam and causes deliverability issues. They don't really go into how you resolve those issues or the nitty gritties, specific technical details that Microsoft tells you about whenever you have non-deliverability reports. So without further ado, we're going to jump right in here. What's the lowdown on this? Ultimately, Google, for the most part, people don't have issues with deliverability there because Google will still deliver your emails and land them in the promotions tab. As you guys have probably seen, if you have a business account, and I'm pretty sure it's even regular business emails, they even have like the promotions tab, but definitely in the business account, you have a promotions tab, and that allows people still to see your emails. They get delivered, and as long as you're not like a crazy spammer or like doing anything truly malicious, Google really doesn't have that much of an issue there. And they have basically more leeway. With Microsoft, you don't have the same leeway. Microsoft is very stringent. They have a primary inbox, they have junk email, and they have default spam filtering levels that most people just are not aware of. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the bulk complaint level here. Start to read them, but this is what's going to tell you what's going on with your emails, like why they're not getting delivered. And ultimately, look here, this is your default anti-spam policy and the default bulk bulk complaint level. And what are we talking bulk complaint level? It's basically saying people who send high volumes of emails, whether that's for cold email outreach or you are sending out trying to do like a newsletter type audience out there. Microsoft is trying to prevent that from going out and preventing a negative experience for the people that pay for their services and use their emails like Outlook inbox. And so, what are we dealing with? Ultimately, you don't want your BCL, your bulk complaint level value, when Microsoft analyzes your emails. So, for example, let's say you sent an email to an Outlook inbox. This is an example one. You're going to look at your message header details, which is going to be in the view. Like whenever you have an email in an Outlook inbox, you'll hit the little three dots, and then scroll down. It'll say view message details. You click on that. This is what's going to pop up as the view message details. And this is a recent email that was sent that I was reading the message details for because I'm trying to optimize the deliverability for Microsoft for a client audience, and they are not trying to spam people. They're trying to offer value, and we're really dialing this in. And since then, we've been making improvements, and we're still working on it. And specifically, this is an example of an email where we made the improvements, and the bulk complaint. Let's see if I can find the BCL value. It's probably gonna be 0, whereas it was 5 before. So yeah, we're rocking a BCL value of 0 there. And then I think the anti-spam one, we'll take a look at it. You're also going to want to look at these things too. So like Microsoft takes into account your IP, your country of origin. So ideally you want it to look like if you're sending from US Microsoft servers, it's going to look a lot better. The spam convey value SEL, I'm pretty sure spam complaint level is 5, so this is still high. And the reason, and this is an older email before we started resolving the issues, and the issue here was a couple of them. One, the DKM signature was not set up and customized. It had a DKM originally before the domain was transferred to Outlook, but it did not have the customized Microsoft Outlook DKM. And then this was on a Microsoft Outlook trial subscription It had not fully transitioned over to a paid subscription, and Microsoft scrutinizes those more heavily and is more likely to label those as spam. So still rocking a 5, which is not the worst. If we go over here, we look at our values. Let's see, anti-spam policy, new anti-spam policies is default at 7, so it can still let that through. Let's see, standard preset is 6, strict preset is 5. So like, any organization that has their preset security policy at 5 would have blocked this email. So you don't want that. And if you follow Instantly and Eric and those like the big gurus in the email outreach space, basically, if you send high quality emails all the time and people respond to them well, they rarely ever mark them as spam, you're not even going to get into these issues. But I think that is too, it assumes that of a presumptuous situation, because some people are getting these trial subscriptions with Microsoft 365. They have a relatively new domain that maybe you might start sending email from the account before it transitioned off trial, or the domain is, let's say, 5 weeks old and Microsoft maybe is still attributing. Basically, there's a lot of fine-tuned scenarios where you don't know, is it the messaging that caused this? It's that I'm a trial subscription? You don't know that by default. So if your only advice is don't send emails that get marked as spam, you don't know what's really going on, and it doesn't really help. So that's why I'm making this video, to show you that you really want to look at the non-deliverability reports. Basically, Microsoft will tell you, and you can set this up with I'm not going to go into all this on this same video, but you can set up message trace and get message deliverability reports that from your Microsoft 365 account, and it will show you exactly what's going on whenever you're sending emails and they're not getting delivered, or that why Microsoft labeled them as spam. And there's there's like settings on outgoing email from your Microsoft 365 account. It's like, if those settings, before your email even goes out, Microsoft deems your email to be spam, then that can cause issues even before it goes out. And then on the receiving end, you can also get deliverability reports as to why it's getting marked as spam. So you're going to want to check these error codes. And recently, the one that we got was, or as I'm helping this client out, was this 5.0, 5.7, 7.708. So it's saying access denied, traffic not accepted from the IP. And it said, this is very explicit, it said the issue is more likely to affect new customers, such as those who have a Microsoft 365 trial subscription, which is what we had as we're transferring this domain and setting up these new accounts. And this is the really cool part that I've not heard anybody talk about except here. And it's that, let's say I went ahead and transitioned all these accounts onto paid subscriptions, and we're running these new deliverability reports. And Microsoft literally tells you can contact them for one, you can request an IP address exception while you're ramping up your new accounts. And you can specifically reach out to them to have the blocks removed. Let's say you've done everything correctly and you're not doing anything weird, and you're just trying to, you're sending good emails. Microsoft will let you contact them and either remove the block or tell you why you're still getting the blocks happening. So I think this is worth looking at, rather than just saying in a blanket way, don't send spam emails, set up new domains if you got anything marked as spam. It's like, no, you can resolve these error codes. Microsoft will let you resume sending emails. They're just more tight on what they're doing. And a couple other ones I want to show you guys is, yes, read your headers, figure out what your, just with these, you can tell why Microsoft labeled how your emails are being labeled by Microsoft spam filtering. The non-deliverability reports are going to give you codes that you can go down specifically and resolve to fix your deliverability. And then there is one more page. Where is it? There's another page. I'm not going to pull it up, but it's basically going over exactly the way Outlook determines, or Microsoft evaluates, the whole situation in general. And ultimately they say that they allow, they like the, let's say you want to use Microsoft for email outreach, they allow it on a best effort basis, and that kind of swings back to the same alignment of Instantly and the people that are really good at email outreach that you see on YouTube. And they're achieving, when they're getting, you're seeing people with high Microsoft deliverability and no issues with spam complaint rating when they're delivering to Microsoft. Those people are achieving that best effort scenario that Microsoft is saying they allow. And the people that are having issues, like if yourself, you have Microsoft deliverability issues, then you have not achieved that best effort status where you have very little spam ratings, so they give you a really good score, your IP reputation's good, your domain reputation's good, and they're allowing everything to flow through. But if you are one of these people that has a 5 or a 6 for spam complaint level, then you're not getting anything through. You're not a 7, 8, 9. That means you're like, they think you're doing the higher level negatives, which like phishing, sending people malware. Like if you're doing that, you should stop. But most of you guys are probably in this 5 or 6. Same thing with your BCL, your bulk complaint level, and that just means that, let's see, right here, the message is from a bulk sender that generates a mixed number of complaints, or and what you want is the messages from a bulk sender that generates few complaints. That's what's going to allow you to get through. And what you really, really want is this is not from a bulk sender. And when you get that happening, you're within these presets values that people are using, and that's going to allow your emails to get through. And that's what you want. And just a touch point on that, I've done cold email outreach to IT audience, like software engineers, and Lee Jen J, I heard him say in a video the other day, and that's a really hard audience to send outreach to, and their preset security policies are probably gonna be a lot lower on the spam complaint levels, which is gonna get your stuff marked as spam faster and have issues faster. Whereas most businesses, like standard businesses, don't even really mess with the presets. So if you can just beat the preset score for bulk complaint level and instant spam policy, then you're going to have no issues getting your emails through. And as long as your offer, your messaging has value and people like it, they're going to continue letting it flow through. But ultimately, I just want to share this more technical explanation video and get more specific on what's affecting Microsoft deliverability. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'll also leave a link in the description that you can click and get a coaching call if you'd like with myself, or if you'd like assistance, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, you can reach out to me here on YouTube, and I can take a look at your setup and your deliverability results and tell you if it's worth optimizing, if you can just where you can find these deliverability codes, where you can go in the admin portal to solve this. Love to assist. Let me know, and have a wonderful day. Peace.